February 21st, Kipper Weekly Report. This is Righty Jim. The EIB microphone goes silent. Okay, we're talking about Biden's town hall. President Joe Biden, had a gaffe-filled CNN town hall this week where he made a couple of comments, one about where minorities have a harder time getting on the internet and using technology, and that there was no vaccine in place when he took office in January 20th of this year. Well, both of which are, one of them is racist, the other one is blatantly false, and can be proven so simply by the fact that there are 2 vaccines already approved and being distributed. And in fact, they were dosing out over 1 million doses a day when the Trump administration left office in January. The second one, of course, has been ignored by the liberal media because they don't want to dive into it. And all they've tried to do is explain away what Joe Biden said. And he didn't mean that. And this is what he really meant. So we need to really look at what he intended to say, but not what he actually said. Which, of course, is that the same as they did when Donald Trump said something they found to be odd or offensive? No, that was not exactly what they did when Donald Trump said something they didn't like. They managed to point that out and play it on an endless loop. Which is interesting because the CNN hired a civic fact checker to fact check the Trump administration because there were so many things to fact check, according to CNN. Strangely, he has not been on air much since the Biden administration took over. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that in a video coming up this week. Finally, also you have in the Biden administration John Kerry, Climate Czar, who talks to everyone about their climate problems and lectures about greenhouse gas emissions before he hops on his jet and jets off to somewhere else around the world. Was also this week involved in getting the U.S. back into the Paris Accords. And we're going to talk a little bit more about John Kerry in a video coming up on Monday. Second off, Perseverance, Mars lander on NASA's lander on Mars. On Thursday at 11:43 Pacific Standard Time, or 12:54 if you want the actual time because of the 11-minute delay that Jet Propulsion Lab in Pasadena found out about the Perseverance lander hitting the ground, or actually landing on the ground. Didn't hit the ground, it landed nice and safely. The rover is the size of an SUV. It is I think it's the 5th rover we've put on Mars, and it seems like we're actually getting fairly decent at it. It'll do quite a bit of science experiments, and one neat little thing it's got is its own little rotorcraft. It's not really a helicopter because it doesn't have a tail rotor. It's got 2 spinning blades, and it will last for 90 seconds in the air, and that is because of the thin Martian atmosphere. It takes a whole lot of lift and a whole lot of RPMs to get anything off the ground. So this thing is very, very light. The blades are very, very long and very, very light, made out of carbon fiber. So this will be a Wright brothers moment on Mars when this thing takes off in, I don't know, it's going to be a couple weeks. The rover is currently getting uploads of current software. They're always updating the software. So they're uploading that for the next couple of days. I think Monday or Tuesday, they're going to really start taking some more pictures of it. There's been a few pictures already taken. There's one of it just before it hit the ground with the sky crane that dropped it in there. So keep watch on NASA television, and for NASA, because there'll be lots more information coming out. This is a really groundbreaking event, and very cool again to see us moving forward to learning more about our universe. Finally, it's been a sad week for anybody who's involved in the conservative movement. Rush Limbaugh, the icon of the conservative movement behind the golden EIB microphone, talent on loan from God, has gone back to God and has given back his talent, evidently, as he passed away this week from lung cancer at age 70. He had been on the radio for 31 years. Now, the thing that he was also very highly triggering to liberals, and unfortunately they were not very, shall we say, classy in commenting on his death. Talk about that in a second. But he's a very important voice in conservative movement, silenced, unfortunately, at a very inopportune time. But remember one thing, folks, his radio program, he explained this one time, was very interesting. It's first and foremost entertainment program. It is a business. He'd been a DJ for many years. He'd been in radio since he was 16. And that's what he did all his life, was perform on the radio. Now, he made some good, he had some good points. He was also very good at speaking to the average American and simplifying semi-complex ideas and reasons why conservatism and liberalism were what they are. He also donated millions to charities to the children of fallen soldiers, something that the liberal media doesn't really advertise too much. But it was really sad to see some of the vile comments from liberals upon the death of Limbaugh. Good riddance. Glad he was gone. I'm sure that hopefully he doesn't have any water down in hell and things like that. So you can really tell the true character of the liberals by the statements that they make when somebody passes away. Thou shalt not speak ill of the dead, but not certainly something that the liberals have abided by this time. All right, everybody. Hey, everyone who's enjoying these, please like and subscribe to these videos. And again, on Monday, we'll have a video on John Kerry and probably talk a little bit more about the CNN fact checker later in the week. This is Righty Jim. Have a good day.